In the United States, police brutality has become a contentious issue. On May 25, 2020, Derek Chauvin put his knee into the neck of an unarmed black man named George Floyd for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, resulting in his death. The now retired Minneapolis police officer's lethal use of force reignited a very public discussion about racism and police violence. But the question is, why do so many similar cases continue to reoccur? Today, I hope to persuade you to agree that ending police immunity will help deter police brutality and end social injustice. According to a survey published on February 2nd, 2023, by the Statistical Research Department, the number of fatal police shootings in the United States appears to be rising. With 1,096 individuals shot overall in 2022, 225 of them were black. On January 25, 2023, 79 people have died as a result of police shooting. There were 1,048 shooting deaths in 2021. Additionally, Black Americans have 5.9 fatal police shootings per million of the population annually between 2015 and 2023, a rate that was far greater than any other ethnic group. First, I'll go over facing the problem of police brutality. Next, I will go over the causes of this problem. And finally, I will go over the solutions to the problem. So first, let's break down the problem. We as a country have a system problem of police brutality, misconduct, and impunity, especially in incidents involving those of African Americans and Latinos. Over the past several years, thanks to the increase of cell phones and body cams, we have seen police brutality and misconduct be highlighted throughout the United States. That has been happening for decades. Police shot and killed a man in South Los Angeles on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2023, marking the second incident in 2 days. And impunity-like misconducts have always been around. Out of 9,170 recorded police killings from 2013 to 2021, only 153 police officers were charged with the crime, and out of those, only 38 were convicted. So now that we have learned about the problem of our country is facing with police brutality, let's dive into the causes. One of the main causes is the overall stress of the job. The impact of the police stress range from mild to severe. Over time, stress can lead to more severe physical health consequences. Another one will be inadequate training. It's necessary for law enforcement to ensure that there are constant updates to training methods and to ensure the police officers are focused on the safe demonstration and using only reasonable necessary force. Without proper training and ongoing changes, many law enforcement officers will maintain the same process that results in countless police brutality cases today. Also, the lack of accountability and persecution. A key factor in allowing a culture of police brutality to grow is that the law enforcement officers are not required to maintain a set level of accountability and transparency in their community interactions. In this situation, police officer does something questionable and never receives a reprimand for his or her actions. The result is that law enforcement officer continues to choose brutal tactics over the day-to-day basis. Now that we have heard the problem and causes, let's go over some of the possible solutions. Creating a supervising government agency like the State Bar of California, which is California's official attorney licensing agency. That one is responsible for managing the admission of lawyers to the practice of law, investigating complaints of professional misconduct, and prescribing appropriate discipline. So if someone wants to go and into that specific place and put a complaint against an officer, eventually so many complaints will be looked into a lot more further than what they're doing now. Require police officers to buy professional liability insurance will also help. Kind of like in the healthcare system, how they have something called the medical malpractice insurance. That way, police officers they have to buy these insurances and they think twice about using lethal force. First, a high rate of police brutality stems in large part of the lack of monetary liability and accountability. When the unfortunate events do happen, the city and the taxpayers aren't really entirely left to foot the bill of paying the damages to the family of the deceased. So today, I hope to persuade you to agree that ending police immunity will significantly deter police brutality. We went over the problem, causes, and possible solutions of police brutality. Now that you have a better understanding of this issue, let's call on our state representatives to implement these solutions and make our state safer and help restore the faith and trust in our police officers.